Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of Let It Be Known. Entertainer, singer, producer, and entrepreneur Gina Barilone headlines a fundraiser near Baltimore tomorrow. Gina, who not only performs her own music with her golden voice for the ages, she covers artists like Beyonce, Rihanna, Mary J. Blige, Aretha Franklin, Michael Jackson, and Prince, and so many others. She's battling pancreatic cancer and doing it as brave as anyone. This morning, we will talk to Gina and raise awareness of this horrible illness that, like so many others, disproportionately affects African Americans. But first, let us bring on the National Newspaper Publishers Association's president and CEO, Dr. Ben Chavis. Good morning, Dr. Chavis.
Good morning, Stacy. On behalf of the National Newspaper Publishers Association, the NNPA, we represent the Black press of America for 194 years. Karen Carter Richards is our distinguished chair, our executive committee, our board of directors. We welcome you to this Friday edition of Let It Be Known.
And Dr. Chavis, the headlines this morning. With just minutes to spare, a Hanville High School teacher in Louisiana traded shoes with a senior so he could walk at his graduation after allegedly violating the school's dress code. Devarius Peters told a reporter that he showed up to his high school graduation in a pair of black leather Alexander McQueen shoes, ready to walk across the stage to get his diploma when he was stopped at the door. A faculty member told him that his footwear violated the dress code and he would not be permitted into his own graduation. Well, he said students were required to wear dark-colored dress shoes and not allowed to wear slippers, athletic shoes, or open-toed shoes. And he thought, well, he was okay, but he wasn't. He began pacing. Dr. Chavis, he got so nervous. And then he saw a teacher, John Butler, who had mentored him on several occasions through his high school career. Butler's daughter was also graduating at the time, and he was waiting on his wife when Peters frantically approached him. And so he said, Mr. John, I can't graduate. I can't walk across the stage because of my shoes. Well, the teacher jumped into action. They switched shoes, and the young man was able to graduate, even though the shoes that he got from his teacher was a whole 2 inches too big, but he still graduated. Great story, a great Friday morning story, Dr. Chavis.
Well, absolutely, and we appreciate that the teacher stepped in. I think that these schools have various rules and graduation. All schools have a right to have their rules, but all rules should be in the interest of the students to get there. The most important thing is getting your high school diploma. The most important thing is not what you wear, but it's to striving to complete your education, your high school education, so you can go on to college or other endeavors to get your career together. So I think that everybody should learn from what happened. I'm glad the teacher stepped up. But, I think the principal of the school should also have weighed in and not do something that would prevent a student from getting their high school diploma because of the color of the shoes that they're wearing. Some students may come barefooted. You still should give them their degree.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. And in this case, the student thought that his shoes matched the requirements, and so he felt comfortable. There's one thing about breaking rules, but there's another thing, about bending them a little bit. And in this case, Dr. Chavis, I think it definitely called for a little bit of bending of the rules.
Absolutely. What else is in the headlines?
And also in the headlines, Dr. Chavis, throughout history, there has been no richer influence on the American songbook than Black music and culture. From early spirituals born out of the unconscionable hardships of slavery to the creation of folk and gospel, to the evolution of R&B and jazz, to the ascendance of rock and roll, rap, and hip hop. Black music has shaped our society, entertained and inspired us, and helped write and tell the story of our nation. Those are the remarks of President Joe Biden, who proclaimed this week he recognized Black Music Appreciation Month. And he said during Black Music Appreciation Month, we honor the innovative artists whose musical expressions move us, brighten our days, and bring us together. Black Music Month was founded actually 41 years ago, June 7th, 1979. President Jimmy Carter decreed June as Black Music Month. However, Dr. Chavis, it took 21 years, it took 21 years from that date before it was formally recognized as Black Music Appreciation Month. So here we are in Black Music Appreciation Month. And I know, Dr. Chavis, you know, people think about you and your contributions to the civil rights, but you've also contributed a lot to Black music, particularly the hip hop genre.
Well, thank you very much. The truth is, we would not have a freedom movement in America going all the way back 400 years without our music. Our music has always been an expression of not only how we feel, but what we strive for: freedom, justice, and equality. And so, you know, underlying the civil rights movement in the 1960s was gospel, was soul music, was jazz, was the blues, you know, was spirituals. All different genres always supported each generation. Certainly was the case for hip hop now and R&B. It's hard to separate our music from our struggle for freedom.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, the Black Press of America, the National Newspaper Publicists Association, is also recognizing Black Music Appreciation Month. And we got a huge convention coming up with one of the biggest stars ever. Chaka Khan will headline the National Newspaper Publicists Association's annual convention this year. It is from June 23rd to June 26th. The mini concert from Chaka Khan will occur on the 25th. And you can register. It's free. And you can see Chaka Khan free at www.virtualnmpa2021.com. Register today. We are so excited to have her and so many others, Dr. Chavis, that you, Karen Carter Richards, our chair, and the executive team have lined up.
Absolutely. And I just want to give a shout out. I want everybody listening, please register today, because you'll be added to our mailing list, our email list. Want to keep you informed from the Black Press. That's why, you know, there's no charge for registration. But we need your email. We need your name. We need who you are. And I'm glad to announce that people outside the United States can also register. From Africa, the Caribbean, all through the diaspora are registering now for the convention. Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan.
Well, last year, Dr. Chavis, let's see if we can top last year, because last year, our first virtual convention, hundreds of thousands of people came in. We were told from other organizations that we were the model for virtual conventions.
Absolutely. And, you know, we've reached out later, probably next week, we'll start announcing the other headliners. We have some great headliners for our convention.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to say good morning to David Youngblood. Certainly good morning to Sinead Brown, my beautiful wife. Karen Carter Richards, our chair, is watching this morning, Dr. Chavis, as well as Bobby Henry down in Florida. David Youngblood says the whole world is invited. Let's do it. Absolutely, David. And certainly a special good morning to entertainer and singer Gina Barilone. Good morning, Gina.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, Sister Gina. We're so honored to have you with the Black Press of America.
Thank you. And I'm honored just as well. Thank you.
Well, Gina, for those who may not know, she's been battling pancreatic cancer, and she's a fantastic, a fabulous musician. I've had the privilege of seeing her perform in the past, and in fact, she has a performance tomorrow that we're all looking forward to. Gina, first of all, let's talk about this battle that disproportionately affects African Americans, and it doesn't care your age, it doesn't care how much money you have or how much money you don't have.
No, it does not. I mean, I'm sure, like many others, I never ever thought that I would experience anything like this. When I found out in October, really less than a year now, I've been battling. And it was very devastating to me and my family. It just changed my whole life around. I was not truly aware of pancreatic cancer, and come to find out, it's now the new form of cancer that people are trying to make themselves aware of, because, you know, it's not as well known as breast cancer or lung cancer. So it made it my business, of course, to now make myself aware and to make others aware as well. African Americans, especially, because we suffer from diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension. So all of that is pretty much associated with pancreatic cancer as well. So I just wanted to use myself as a platform to make people aware in the local entertainment industry for my community.
Yeah, and Gina, you had some other medical issues in the past, but what was it that told you this was a little different when you went to the doctor first?
The loss of weight. I was losing 10 pounds like within a week, and not even trying to be on a diet. I'm already a small frame person, so for me to be on a diet didn't make any sense as to why am I losing 10 pounds. A lot of sweating, stomach pains, and back pains. And I went to GYN. I went to get an X-ray, and everybody was telling me something different. But a good friend of mine, a really close friend of mine, had said, you know what, since this issue is dealing with your stomach, have you seen the GI? And me working at Hopkins for so long, it just never dawned on me, yeah, okay, stomach GI. And I went to see a GI specialist, and he ran a couple of tests, and a couple of things that stood out was the weight loss and the stomach and the back pain. Now, to my knowledge, once you experience the stomach and the back pain, the cancer had already developed. Unfortunately, there is no signs as to, what can determine pancreatic cancer. So me feeling the pain and the weight loss and the sweating, I was already at stage 2 at that point. So come to find out, then when I was diagnosed, my oncologist had made me aware that I have advanced pancreatic cancer because now it had transferred from my pancreas to my liver. So I have tumors in my liver as well.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things, Gina, as you just explained, with pancreatic cancer, it's not something that they catch early. There's no early detection. David Youngblood, in fact, is asking, and maybe they've discussed this with you, or maybe you've done some homework on this yourself, Gina. Are there specific research studies we can volunteer for that focus on African Americans?
That's a good question. What I would say is to reach out to the oncology team at Johns Hopkins. They do have a lot of clinical trials going on. I don't know if there's any of specifics, but Stacy, I will definitely look into it, and I will get back to you with that information to forward that over to Mr. Youngblood.
That is fantastic, Gina. You have children, I understand, and it's been a battle for them. How do you discuss this with you? How did you first discuss this with them?
It was very difficult because my 2 children are my world, and anyone that's a single parent or parent knows that they have to be the first ones in line to know, of course. And it was very hard for them because they see me being an active person. I'm so involved in community volunteering, and I'm just an overall fun and busy person and running my business and working. And all of a sudden I was hit with this. So we tried to come together to try and figure out a plan, but nobody really knows, what do we plan? What are we planning for? Do we plan for your medical health? Do we plan for you being our mom and still knowing that you're going to be this active person? And it just was very difficult. We argued, we fought because they're in pain and they didn't know how to manage taking care of me. It just was all new for everyone. So it was a lot of conflict. It really was.
Yeah. And Gina has her family has a GoFundMe, these medical bills and things of that nature when it comes to cancer, any type of cancer, but especially this, they tend to get a bit overwhelming. And yes. She does have a GoFundMe page that her family has set up, and you can look it up at GoFundMe and look up under her name, Gina Barilone. Dr. Chavis, I want you to jump in here.
Yes, Sister Gina, on behalf of the Black Press of America, thank you for your courage and for your willingness to share your story with the Black press and with all people of color, as well as all people. The whole issue of pancreatic cancers and African Americans, it's a serious issue. And I think one of the things that we learned as a result of COVID was that we have all these pre-existing conditions. So I would encourage all of our viewers, all of the families that the Black press serve, we all have to take our health very, very seriously, and not only get regular checkups. And as you did, Sister Gina, you got more than one opinion. I think that it's very important that we think proactively about our health and not just reactively.
That's correct. You're absolutely right. Yes, we must be proactive about it. Mm-hmm.
So tell us about, Gina, going back to the entertainment, even after you've diagnosed, you've continued your work. I mean, that takes a lot of courage. Just tell us how important music, this is, Black Appreciation Month for Black music, Black culture. Tell us how important the music has been to you.
It's been my solace. It's my passion. And when I'm performing, when I'm with my band family, I don't feel any pain. I don't even have cancer. I just feel it's just a magical moment. I know that I'm reaching out to my community and making them happy and making them feel good, because music transitions to whereas everybody's going through something. Yes. And once the entertainment begins, you forget all about whatever issues that's going on, and you just feel good for that moment. And if I can make somebody feel good, then that makes me feel good. And then I've done my job as an entertainer.
Very good. Well, I'm also a minister, Sister Gina. Look, prayer, we should never give up. Look, I believe in prayer, and I want you to know that we're going to keep you in our daily prayers.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think that's what has kept me going. The love and support that everybody has shared and given to me. I just never imagined how much love I'm surrounded by. I'm so sorry. I just can't imagine how many people reached out to me. There were people that I don't even know that reached out to me, and that just made me even stronger. That just made me want to do even more for my community and really make people aware that this is really serious. I mean, there's no signs whatsoever, there's no signs whatsoever to determine. And the thing about pancreatic cancer, it mimics so many different stomach illnesses. You think it's one thing and it's really not, it's something else. And by that time, if you don't, as you said, Dr. Chavis, if you don't continue to be proactive, it turns out to be something that you never could imagine.
Exactly. In the Black press, I just shared these stories with you. A number of our publishers have had battles with pancreatic cancer. So I want you to know that when I say that we are praying for you and we support you, these are not just loose words. And I want you to always, as you obviously evidently are doing, keep that faith strong. You got to believe in yourself, believe in your family, and believe in your people, and vice versa. Your people believe in you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
And it's interesting because I mentioned Gina's performing in a fundraiser tomorrow. It's not for her. It's in general. It's part of her work that she does. She offers herself up all the time in the community. Gina, tell us about tomorrow's big day in Baltimore.
Well, I'm truly excited about tomorrow's benefit concert. I really didn't want to call it a fundraising. I wanted it to be a benefit concert. Even though it's benefiting me, it's benefiting everyone. As I'm receiving their participation and their support, I want to be able to give back as well too. So we're providing 5 local bands to perform for them. We're providing barbecue food from Andy Nelson. Stages was kind enough to provide their beautiful courtyard for this event to take place. We have raffles going on. Of course, we have our libation as well too that's going to be provided for our guests. It's just a way of just bringing everyone together, because life is short and I don't want to wait until the time where I'm unable to enjoy everyone's company. I want to be able to enjoy everyone's company and support now while I can. And I thought that this would be a good way to engage in something like that with the community.
That is so awesome. Giving back in a time where really everyone is concerned about giving to you. It's amazing, Gina. And I've heard Gina sing. You know, Marvin Gaye said music is the soul of a man and a woman too. And Gina has so much soul, Dr. Chavis. Gina, what are we going to hear from you tomorrow? Who are you? You cover so many people. You have your own stuff. What are we going to hear? We're going to hear some Prince.
Yeah, yes, definitely. I'm definitely performing a song from Prince. Kiss, one of my favorite, and the audience seems to appreciate the rendition of how we perform Kiss as well. So we're definitely going to have that. We're definitely going to have Aretha Franklin as well, a song that she performs as well. One of my singers, Marcella, she's going to be singing Rock Steady. So we're going to turn the party out with that and a couple of other good tunes that everyone will enjoy. And the other bands as well, too. You're going to enjoy them. We have a mix of country, funk, R&B, pop, even an original artist as well who's going to perform. So I'm looking forward to it.
And how does one get to see get to go to this event tomorrow?
Well, unfortunately, tickets have been sold out.
Sold out. Look at that.
It's been sold out. However, we're looking forward to have another one September 4th, which it's going to be local entrepreneurs from CCBC that won the contest that I was introduced to before I started my business, which is the Center for Business Innovation. And it's a platform for entrepreneurs like myself to sell their merchandise. And that is on September 4th. And Stacy, I will keep you updated on that. And it will take place at Wonderfly Arena. I've already advertised for it. But as far as tomorrow, unfortunately, we just have to catch a couple of clips here and there on Facebook. So.
Well, it sounds great. We sound like we don't want to miss it. I want to say good morning. Cheryl Smith is watching from the Texas Metro News and iMessenger Media. She says we must continue to make health a priority in our publications and broadcasts. She's absolutely right. Want to say good morning to the Omaha Star. They are watching. Fionn Upshaw Robinson. What's up, Fee? She's watching. Gina. So you're planning things. You have September 4th. You are going strong. You already mentioned music is a huge part of what keeps you strong. Your music family, I'm sure your children and your surroundings. But where do you reach? I mean, you have to reach for some of this energy, from some of this ongoing positivity. Where do you get it from mainly?
That's a good question. God, number one. Without him, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
That's it. One sentence. Without him, I'm nothing.
Very good. Well, and with him, you are everything. And I just want to again say to you, Gina, Cheryl Smith is our Region 4 president down in Texas, and Terry Sanders, our publisher from the Omaha Star, one of our historic African-American owned newspapers in Omaha, Nebraska. I just want to say, and you need to know, Gina, that over half of our publishers are African-American women. And they also battle and deal with health issues. And I just want you to know that you have a prayer circle, let me use that word, that's going to be surrounding you and your family. And I just want to share this one story with you. James Baldwin was a close friend of mine, and he had pancreatic cancer.
Yes.
But when he was diagnosed, he refused to lay down his pen. He refused to stop writing. And even though he's not with us physically, James Baldwin will always be with us, because the spirit of what he wrote, what he authored, what he spoke into the universe, it's like universal and never ending, never dying. Your voice will always be with us, Gina. And so I know you're having this concert tomorrow. One thing I want to ask you, where is a website where people can go to listen to your music, but also to donate to your charities?
Well, I do have a GoFundMe page. My actual business website is www.mzzb, the letter N, company, spell it out, company.com. My GoFundMe page, it's a, is it possible I can, ooh,
Yes.
I don't know it off the top of my head. It's a long address, and
Okay.
but I can definitely share it with you.
So, Stacy, what we would do, we'll put it on Black Pressure and say, I
Yes,
want to make
please.
sure that we support, because I'm getting texts from our publishers from around the country. Everybody wants to know how they can help. They want to help, Gina.
Yes. I truly appreciate that.
Yeah, we do have a national news article on Gina with this information at blackpressusa.com. So you can also get information there about Gina and her company, as well as her GoFundMe platform that her family established for her. And again, the website for Gina, and to see all the great things she does and has done, is www.mzzbncompany. That's MZZB N, the letter N, company.com. Gina, you perform a lot. You've performed a lot. Is there a favorite artist that you have?
Oh my gosh, the list is so long. Geez. It's from Sade to the Police. I mean, I have such a long list. Some particular artists I would name, the top 5, I would say, definitely Sade, definitely Prince, definitely Michael, definitely, oh gosh, see, I'm stumped. Marvin, definitely Marvin. And let me see, probably another female vocalist. Whitney. I love Whitney.
Yes.
Yes. I love Whitney.
And the GoFundMe, by the way, it's GoFundMe.com/F, the letter F, /help Gina continue chemo treatments. You can find it there, help Gina continue chemo treatments. And Gina is with 2 N's for those who are searching for that. So there's a link to someone, Jordan Ferguson just put the link into the chat as well. So take a look at that. Support Gina, support all of those with this devastating pancreatic cancer disease that, as we said at the top, disproportionately, like so many other things, affects African Americans. Gina, we really applaud your courage. We applaud your career, what you're doing, and we know that we'll be enjoying you for some time to come. So we appreciate you. Dr. Chavis, I'm going to throw it to you for your closing thoughts.
Well, just a word of thanks and gratitude to Gina. Thank you for blessing us this morning. Thank you for blessing the Black press. And we surround you with our prayers. We surround you with our love. We surround you with our respect. May God continue to bless you and your family.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Chavis. Thank you so much, Stacy Brown. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Well, we certainly thank you. And again, don't forget to register for the National Newspaper Publicists Association's annual summer convention, which again this year is virtual. Hopefully, Dr. Chavis, next year we'll be in Dallas, Texas, or wherever else you and our executive administrator Claudette Perry and the team decides.
It'll probably be in New Orleans or Nashville. We got a lot of cities that are lining up. You know, I just got a invitation. They want us to have it in Johannesburg, South Africa. So
there you go.
You know, we will find out where, but let's make this month's convention one of our best.
And it's headlined, as we said at the top, by the one and only Shaka Khan. So register at www.virtuenmpa2021.com. It's totally free. Who gets to see Shaka Khan free? Join us and you will. And don't forget, every Sunday, check your local listings on PBS TV and PBS World, the Chavis Chronicles, starring this man right here, Dr. Ben Chavis, as you get to hear more great Black information that affects the African American community and the community worldwide. Again, we thank Ms. Gina Barilone, and let it be known, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Have a safe weekend. We will see you Monday.